いざ何百回何千回全開で君を救って歌うから
Now this new OP scores max wins because it does something they rarely do. It had a great song but also had amazingly packed in visuals with numerous battles and characters being referenced throughout, as well as a bunch of action set pieces. So hell yeah, that's max wins all day. It legit freaks you out a little because he's normally always cool, calm and collected, so when he's freaking out like this right now, you know shit's real. What's even worse, dude, is because he's literally thinking that he's witnessing the end of one of his students right here. Man, oh man, that was emotional.
卒業式やりたかった。
いいじゃん。
来たのか。
もともとそういう指示だったからね。
Oh my god, is that who I think it is?
勝てるかな。
せめて緑谷くんが来るまでみんなを守りきろう。俺たち3人のパワーで。
I didn't even care, it's exactly who I thought it was. He's such a legend and one of my favourites in the entire anime. I freaked out when I heard his voice and then saw him. Let's fucking go! Take Max! Credit to Bakugo for still trying to fight back here. Loved the realism of the gun going off whilst he's holding him up too. He is annoyingly very good at combat when he's able to react so quickly like this, using their strengths against them. These guys are now working so well together. I'm actually genuinely so proud of them right now. He's so good at combat, annoyingly! That visual though. I love him so much and he just got him away from Bakugo and shocked him in the process. He's getting another max for it, baby. Ah, he's so amazing. It's all just going right through him. What's amazing about him is that he's such a true hero through and through that even someone like him, the biggest villain in the anime right now, stops for a moment to talk normally with him and even explains himself. Then even better for me is his shock at seemingly how Lemillion broke through to one of his core issues, I'm guessing. I love his work as a voice actor. He was amazing in AI, The Somnium Files and its sequel, and also amazing is how this looked like an All Might punch too. Man, oh man, cannot lie. Seeing someone like Bakugo in tears because of what happened, failing when it mattered most, likely feeling humiliated and powerless, that hurts. How he basically gets right through to the crux of what he thinks is his issue here, and it's a reasonable presumption as well, and makes total sense why they used him in the battle too. I don't even care, I'm giving one already for this scene totally not going down how I thought it would, with Bakugo seeming to figure something out here, baby.
それでもまだ
That's exactly what is going down, and also half the win is for how great looking of a shot it was too.
友達がいたらこんなことしないよね。守りたいと思うし壊したりなんかしない。
友達
I'm so glad that I hit the nail on the head a few wins back about him legit getting through to the deep down part of himself.
みっくんとともちゃんがてんちゃんは優しいからって言ってくれたもん。もんちゃんだって僕と散歩したがるもん。僕ちゃんと友達いるもん。
Oh my god, he really got through to him, and I never expected this. In fact, the voice actor scored this moment max wins because it's the first time he's talking like an innocent, normal kid suddenly.
ごめん。
Oh no, it was so effective he even caught him off guard.
志村
I just want to say, this is a great storytelling point, I think, from the mangaka. Anything else would have been a super hard sell for me to potentially not see him as a villain by the end. Not saying it will go down that way, but if it did, that's the best way to pull it off after everything he's done. Make it about his painful childhood, the kid inside of him, all of that greatness.
多少はひるんでくれると思ったのに。
Let's hear it from my boy here. The fact that he's perfectly using his quirk to physically move forwards whilst also not being hit by the arms is amazing.
ノーダメで本体と接触できる俺で時間を稼ぐ。ただ有効打が見込めなきゃ時間稼ぎは成立しない。
Every time I think the mangaka is going to skip something, he proves me wrong by going back a little in another episode to show, for example, this strategy on display just prior to the battle. Going slow motion there whilst she fights and bleeds was a stroke of absolute bloody genius.
マキ君は髪を伸ばす個性。お手入れ大変じゃない？将来はカツラ屋さん、お化け屋敷で幽霊役したり？気になる不思議。相手のことを知りたいと思うほどみんな離れていっちゃうの。
She is adorable both then and now, and I for one love seeing more of her past, even if it is a painful one.
ヒーロー誰が好きなんだい？
Talking about adorable, dude, how shy was he back then, bruh?
君たちのことここでたくさん知れたから。私はもっともっと強くなれたんだよ。
I tell ya, considering they're not in the main class, he did such a good job of writing them for this season, I think. That animation, though!
みんなありがとう。今はこの重さが俺を強くしてくれる。
Before anything else even goes down, I'm dropping one here for, again, logically setting up his character for this moment with some great examples of true growth that he's gone through.
小賢しい混成対価プラズマキャノン。ぶっ飛べ！いい加減に理解しろ！
So glad that the season is airing on this Patreon, so I was able to show the entire thing in all its glory instead of cutting it every 5 seconds to make it work. That was brilliant, and the animation was stunning, especially as it tore through his hands and then the final hit by Lemillion at the end. Let's fucking go! And in spite of all of that, within seconds of the blast ending, he's able to launch his attacks again right away.
他のみんな頼む。
The best part of all of this is that there's not been any one single person who leaps in to save the day. They've literally all now had their moment and ultimately failed. But here is Bakugo trying again. Not for a big moment in the sun, but just to try and keep him busy in order to allow time for Midoriya to arrive. Kudos to them all. Could not have timed the last win any better there, man. So bloody good, it just again scored max wins and did so easily. And now we find out what Bakugo was doing earlier on when he was going through the combat in his head. Oh, the animation is so good!
痛みの中でバトンの癖見つけてバトンの全部てめえが通った道だっけな。俺まだお前に追いつけるから。
It legit means so much to me to hear him speaking like this for the first time ever, like properly I mean. It feels nothing but genuine.
あ、そうだ。出会い方があんなだよ。いろいろクソみたいな頃だったし、なんとなく言う機会なくなってたんだけど、サイン欲しかったんだよな。
This was one of those rare times where I watched the whole thing with my mouth kind of open in shock, where I had to watch the lot before I could even formulate my thoughts. It was straight up wonderful to see Bakugo internally addressing this, and even more beautiful for the autograph moment to come about. I'm unsure of exactly what happened, but it does look like he's been really badly hurt, sadly. But hell yeah, as you could surmise, no doubt, it's Max again.
理解したか。この先は僕らの物語だ。
I love lines like that because it really hits hard for some reason when they use a twisted version of what the heroes have said in the past. Or like here, it's about destroying their belief in themselves about being a hero. I kinda refuse to believe that this has happened. I don't think the mangaka would kill off Bakugo, but you're 100% getting a win regardless for the shock. Holy shit, that really does seem like he's dead. Okay, even if it turns out not to be true, which I do still believe will be the case, it's getting max wins here. I mean, I have to for that.
4-0無傷。これが本当に強いやつの勝利だろ。ダメでしょ、それは。こんな化け物が。
A completely realistic reaction to what he's just witnessed as a young lad in front of his very eyes. Someone who seemed to portray strength at every turn.
私があと一歩早けりゃ。
It's amazing to see a true hero like her fighting with everything she's got at her disposal in the moment.
コツが直感でわかるっつうか。氷を打ち込まれる前に一か八か真似してみた。
What the hell? I thought that battle was basically over, but clearly not.
前回の戦いでは防戦一辺倒で何もさせてもらえなかったと聞く。
All for one.
Literally cannot believe how badly this is turning out for the heroes. Like, it had to, I guess, for there to be a final season, but still, man.
僕らは夢に向かって突き進む。
Damn, bruh. We're finally seeing his face for the first time.
体が絹のように軽い。
Take another one here for the realism of him noting his breathing, ability to see again, and how light he feels. I still can't quite believe it.
ついでにマントもいただくよ。
When you think about it, it's the worst outcome, because he's now this powerful and you've got Tamura, who is insanely strong. I still can't believe it, and no one is helping me to believe it.
それは思い描く未来を阻まれること。だから僕はね、世界中の未来を阻みたい。ただそうありたいと願っただけだ。
I gotta say, the mangaka totally wrote a killer villain. He's got such a truly weird and unique reason for doing what he's doing, which is very new to me.
個性専門機関の報告によれば、トムラはもはや人の手に負えない段階まで来ている。
I like how we're being shown so much more from outside of Japan this season, as prior to now it was largely the first movie that showed anything of much substance.
すでに先進国間では、どこが一番早くトムラの信頼を得られるか、睨み合いが始まっている。
That is just insane to hear. They're truly looking to give in on a global scale. Will the shocks never end? The realism that they draw on him when they're not entirely sure what he might be pulling out. Not as big of a deal, but getting to see his face for the first time as well. I think, anyway.
俺は受け入れない。今止まった心臓は我々が決して失ってはならぬ命だ。まだ間に合う。欠けたものは俺が埋めて。
Seeing these true heroes just absolutely refusing to give up no matter how dire things look right now is honestly insanely inspiring to me and incredibly touching emotionally too.
だからあとを頼みます。袴田会長。
Speaking of touching, is that these two knew each other from UA as well.
忍法千枚同士極。俺がこの子の心臓になる。
Jesus, what a bloody season this has turned out to be so far. I was already emotional, and now this.
この体で各機関の内と外を補修しつつ心肺活動を補助。
Speaking of realism, outside of the obviously, is that Bakugo took some seriously impactful damage. It's not one of those anime where he gets hit and gets back up. Like, he straight up died.
それは俺がもう壊したんだよ。
I always talk about anti-anime aspects in One Piece, but I have serious cause to do the same here right now. He's not just standing around and letting them bring back one of their own. He's trying to stop it, and that's rare. I love these moments that are clearly ripped right out of the manga and look so good.
そんなにひねり潰されたいか。
That crazy face of defiance.
あの時わずかにひりついたダメージが蓄積されて。いや、そう多くは。
Hell yes! Learning that at the very least he's starting to take physical damage from all of these attacks is at least something positive.
優しいな大魔王。手は神戦だ。
For her crazy fighting style, the insane animation quality as he goes on to attack, and Lemillion coming in to blind him right when it matters most, this scored an easy max wins.
あがけ後悔残して死んでらんねえからな。
Watching her absolutely going to town on his face filled me with pure joy.
誰も手を差し伸べなかったくせに、誰も僕を見てなかったくせに。
Amazing to me how that has basically been the focal point for him ever since basically season 1. That's some writing, that is.
今この場により適した答えを導き出した。
Just keeps on getting worse as he now takes on a tyrant-looking form or something.
見るか見るよ。
Another element of being anti-anime is literally now just going from attacking one to the next without stopping.
オウ 前に何もないのは分かってる。
That's like the worst thing he could have said to him. He thinks so little of his attacks, he's not even going after him.
俺の未来なのかよ、ナイトイ。
Another anti-anime! We got Lemillion ready to try and launch an aid to his attack and just gets blown away. Like this never normally happens in anime.
元気とユーモアのない社会の明るい未来はやってこない。
桃がなってるよ。
は
You could have given me, oh, I don't know, 8,000 guesses and I wouldn't have come up with that happening next. So fucking stupid, but I love it. Oh my god. Anime just waltzed on in and casually scored back-to-back max wins for the pure and simple fact that A, Midoriya has finally arrived, and B, he smashed him in another epic attack pulled right out of the manga and looking beautiful as a result. Understanding how he got there so quick, what legends!
お前がオールマイトの力を受け継ぐものってんなら行け。俺たちを慕ってあの史上最悪のヴィランを倒せ。
That message from him to Midoriya just had to score one as well. It made me smile and it also made me ready for combat against Madame TV if needs be.
前より強くなっている。あの発光エネルギー。
This just made me so happy because I've been literally watching the anime since it aired. So seeing how far Midoriya has come in this moment filled me with nothing but pride, man. Just felt like in this moment they got back into gear fully in terms of quickly working together to contain him and maybe try and regain control of the situation at long last. Wanted to show that whole scene for how well done the shock was. Done with him cutting off what he was saying and at the same time the music ends, just really driving home the aforementioned shock.
僕も予想外だったんだって。そうやって奴らと同じように責任から逃れたらどうだ。
I know he's a villain and it's hard to praise any aspect of him, but he's gotten really good, maybe through melding with All For One, at picking at a hero's issues like here. I'm guessing this is him basically becoming overcome by rage.
大丈夫だテク。
あいつ。
大丈夫。玉木たちまだ息してた。今エッジショットが爆豪君の救命措置に当たってる。
Oh, I bloody love Lemillion so much, bruh. He comes just in time to do something only he can do in the moment.
俺たちはヒーローだ。ヒーローが綺麗事並べ立てないで誰が理想を現実にするんだ。
He can take one more there for that final moment. He said much the same kinds of things when fighting Overhaul in Season 4.
ごめんなさい、ルミリオ。謝るのは勝ってからだ、ヒーロー。
How it was down to the conjoined words of All Might and other heroes both alive and dead who helped him to come to his senses here and control his anger.
まだそこに死柄木はいるのか。
That damn visual though.
いつかか。 まだそこに
crashing back into the action, but before that happened, I wanted to say I'm so happy that he gave the prior users a form of life within Midoriya like this. That's amazing. The mere fact alone that Midoriya took an insanely powerful punch directly head on like that and didn't even flinch just shows me truly how far he's come now. Deku landing solid hits, baby! Max wins! He basically friggin' teleported over to him! He's got a 5-minute deadline to finish the battle! I'm losing it! Another one for this gear business! I'm continuing to lose it with this use of his quirk!
今の緑谷伊豆くは言うなれば 100% 中の 120% デトロイトスマッシュ
Again, I'm so happy that this can all be shown now on Patreon in its full glory. That smash was probably the single best looking one animation-wise in the entire anime to date. Like, yeah, United States of Smash was amazing, obviously, but the level of detail in this attack's animation was even higher, I think. My god, that was great!
なぜだお前の個性はただ触れたものの速度を変えるだけ
I'm really curious as to why he was crying in the past here whilst defeating his foe, but also I was just amazed by the amount of damage caused to their surroundings. Obviously it may have been like that already, but for now I'm thinking it was their huge battle most likely.
ミトリアこれが個性変則
Oh my god, they're using one of my favourite tracks of all time, the one from All Might vs. Nomu in Season 1.
小さいものにしか付与できなかった変則はその解釈を拡大し細胞一つ一つにまで作用するに至った
Just a quick one, finding out that their powers have also grown all this time alongside One for All.
デトロイトスマッシュ クイーンテンプル
Don't even slightly care, it's another Max wins for that.
見えた
My heart is so full of pride for Midoriya in this moment. He's truly become a hero in all its glory.
シックス煙幕くだ
He's using all these quirks and I'm over here just losing it.
そしてさっきのクイーンティプルでため直した八景で再び変則オーバードライブで
What I love about this is that it feels like a callback to the first episode and thereafter, where he was keeping notes on heroes and the like, really detailed notes.
授かったものを何のために行使するのか誰のために行使するのかその強い意志に力は宿るのだ だから人はそれを個性と呼ぶのだろう
Using that same thing from, again, All Might vs. Nomu so long ago, but now with each of the prior users putting their all into it, legit filled me with so much emotion right there.
もう誰も 傷つけさせはしない
I I don't even know yet if it's even worked. But it felt like the culmination of the entire story near enough to get us to this point. It felt like it was incredible in its own regard, where it didn't need to one-up any other attack from any other season. It was its own attack. Using the music was perfection, the voice actors killed it, and for likely one of the last times of this video, so happy I could show the entire thing before talking about it. Man oh man.
これまでの戦いがここに至るまでの連なりが統合の均衡を揺るがしている
This is even better than I'd hoped it'd be. The fighting both of them have been going through has caused their link to begin to deteriorate.
個性だとコケにしているのか僕はまだ一つも個性を使えていないこの体の進化を発揮できていない
Oh my word, with everything going on I totally spaced on the fact that he's been stopped from using his quirks this entire time.
連なりの まだ何か
Just when I think it's pretty much over, this ends up happening and his body is going through something weird, like reforming the hole caused by Deku's attack. What an episode though. Unexpected art style change.
時代がどう進もうと我々はその血を受け入れることはない
Continuing with the efforts to showcase the villains' backstories is such a nice touch to this season. Again, seeing some realism here with the police out in force to stop them from getting to the hospital with whatever heroes they could spare, including our students. It is simply awesome to see these heroes now fighting, as it's a rare treat. Even better is seeing someone who I often felt was the weakest member of their class being able to help in a massive way. He's really good as a backup to heroes, to be fair. A clever way to use CGI for the crowd without having it look like it. That's a nice touch. I never even really considered how he looked physically different to the others. Speaking of great touches, giving them a reason to legit feel angry after several events of the past, seeing their people being attacked on the streets and such. And for maybe one of the final times, again we've got a dose of realism here, as we note that in the cities, it's not that bad at all. Perfectly normal even, but outside the cities, if he's telling the truth, it's a different matter entirely. Seeing him do something truly offensive, and with such power, was a real treat for the eyes all of a sudden.
時代がどう進もうと我々はその血を受け入れることはない
Oh my god, that twist deserves max wins. I can't be the only one who clearly thought this was aimed at Spinner, right? I can't believe that. What a great turn in the story. And yet, in spite of his past, he's here now being a hero. My respect just went up massively for him, man.
お前たちは考えはあるのか
I think for the first time we're also seeing his face now. Such powerful words too. That was genuinely creepy right there.
ロール俺もやってたそれだけど
This is such a rare thing that was mentioned quite a few times back in season 1 and basically not at all after that. mangaka seriously wasn't shy about people getting huge injuries during this season and the last.
ひどい村だったよ。人に触れようものなら総出で血払いだと言って集団で暴行を受けた。常闇や甲田ら都会生まれには教科書の中の話かもしれんが、子供にこんな傷を負わせる地域がまだ残っているんだ。
Learning about his past is so damn sad, but at the same time, seeing how strong he is in spite of it, how he got past it, is honestly awe-inspiring for him as a character in this moment.
けれど、この傷跡と異形は意味を強制する。だからマスクをしてる。俺は復讐者と思われたくない。
That statement alone from him was so powerful, I thought, and badly needed its own standalone win, really.
嫌な思い出を数えるよりたった一つでもこの姿で良かった思い出にすがりたいんだ。
I did not expect to be tearing up at that, but it was beautiful and resembled an amazing outlook on life that he has. Wow! In fact, take Max for that.
これからいっぱい作ろうよ。もう
僕らとさ、いい思い出をさ。
That was so lovely too!
変えられるはずだ。だって俺たちには傷があるんだから。
How he's fighting just as much with his words than he is with his body here.
取り潰された。笑うな。その時間を笑うな。
Really smart of him to go after the guy who keeps instigating everything, but also part of the win has to be for how badass he looks here.
これを見過ごして俺はこの先 ヒーローを名乗れない。
As if he didn't get enough props from me already, knowing that both of them put themselves in that location for this very reason and weren't just assigned it makes it even better.
母ちゃん、この見た目で心ないこともされてきたけど、父ちゃんはそんな母ちゃんのために怒ってくれたんだ。
Really pleased to be seeing some of his own backstory now too. That was awesome, but even better is learning how she met his father. That was lovely.
怒れるようにね。大切なものが笑われた時、ちゃんと怒れる大人になってね。
Finding out why this moment meant so much to him, and in such a reasonable way because of the words of his mother too.
ヒッチコックだぜ。
I understood that reference! For anyone who doesn't know, director Alfred Hitchcock directed a movie from the early 1960s called The Birds, a horror where they attack people. Let's go! Him getting involved at the perfect time, baby! I totally got to score Max there again for that. The animation was nice.
傷につけ込まれるな。今度はお前たちの子供が標的になるぞ。復讐者にならないでくれよ。
Using that as a reference here. Oh my goodness, that is such excellent levels of writing to link these two events and his powerful words here.
声を上げろ。俺に続け。こっくりを砕く力で殴ったんだぞ。
The realism behind most people not being swayed by simple words and still continuing their fight. Just knowing that they started to fire rounds into people now, like I get it, but damn man, that was a visual right there. Speaking of powerful visuals,
俺の後ろにこんなにも人が。
Damn, bruh! Powerful visual is like the thing this past episode.
そいつはてめえらの切り札じゃねえ。黒切り。白熊。
I don't trust everything is going to go our hero's way just yet, but I just had to say, I'm so happy right now. The heroes have really fought well to date. Now let's proceed together carefully.
録音オールフ・オワンか死柄木の声じゃないと起きないだった。
I don't trust it, but it seems so good so far.
俺は病院に入ったスピナーを追う。
No running on the spot. I've said it like 4 times and baby it's coming again. Bloody powerful visual that this guy who was part of the riots would stop it in such a way that it badly injures himself in the process. Let's go!
俺は怒りの使い方を間違えたのかもしれない。
Him coming to that understanding and doing so like that, with his face filled with such sadness, that nearly broke me.
病院の中にいる人たちを患者を守ろうとしてる医者たちを俺は殴る気になれなかった。
This is great because to me it's like if a regular but very angry person was really in that same situation and how they might act once their anger begins to subside. Take one more here quickly for how it was wrapped up to. That was super solid as a whole, and yet I originally figured it'd be more of a sideshow than anything else.
死柄木たちを助けろ。白熊。
That's an outstanding plot twist, including that he didn't even need the voice to wake him up. Everything will change now, sadly.
日本で突如発生した巨大な積乱雲は現在も急速に発達しており
Unexpected kawaii alert! Also have another because what the battles are causing in Japan are literally having an effect on the weather in the US.
青春時代の経験が人の一生を決定づける。僕は何より人の感情を信頼している。
The music is seriously used to such a masterful degree in moments like this.
哀れな男の死は一人の少女の胸に敵意を生んだ。
This really couldn't get much worse now, and I'm in a position where I just have absolutely no idea how the heroes are going to get out of it, but obviously the final season now makes great sense. Really smart to keep cycling between the various ongoing battles too. A final one here for just the biggest JoJo situation this anime has ever faced, where I haven't a single clue how they're going to get out of this one. See you in the 4th quarter. Steelers, Doggosforlunch, Vakalurth, Johannes, Goview, Gurlag, Nathan, Trails reference detected, Sir Sleepyhead, Christina Hines, Marcel 29, Bobby B1701, Burn Wolfdog, Sean Graves, Dallerman, Atracheus, Guru Thor, Emerald Ember, Joe, Emerald, Lee Maths, Sal, JHL 10, Juice, Mary, Chrono, TheSwedishMuggle, Marcelus the Roman, Lily, Nexus 47, AdmiralNugget, Microwaved Toast, Kody Tiffany, Jameson Johnson, Curtis Daniels Jr., Tomo Sandy, Tool Flipkick, Henrik Jessen, Roll Tide Wes, Onasius Valtos, David Freriks, OliveWharf, FuriousMoe, SaltLover, Jokerims, Alexei Pulvinen, Dravona, Rimuru, GamerLudwig, Onyx Calif, Mushwin, Shadow Cleanser, Don, Robert Jackson, Sakomi Arorim, Thembo, Starkip, Mihran Ardjian, Kody Niemeier, Vinicius Lionel, Austin Manning, Sarcastic Truth, Hit of the Wicked, Thrasher 340, Owen Halloran, Extinct Hero, Alexander Schwartz, Dante Sol, Rodies, Dragon Boy 1, Display 7, Soviet Spud, Gaster 1294, Jason Jepson, Iso, Cameron, Modavirum, Knuckle Duster, Ota Abeldenisi, Christian Tvasa, Matthew Barr, Ruby Rose, Ghost Rider 176, Commander Cyrus, Cloud Garden, Woof, Luis Benito, Minimasher, Garrett Vermeesh, Ryan DeViris, A Joker XD, Willyman, Laxor, TRS, Liam Gagati, Kai158, Mr. Firecool, Wacky Normal, Ziox44, Lionel Schultz, Kevin Elston, Nozomi, Nick Monaco, Marvin, Satoki Ari, Devikel, Christopher Willis, Laxus, Michael, SK Baby, Cecilia, Nick Wyndham, Guru, Cedric, Kevin102, Sean, Dragonstorm35, Kelnock, Marquez, Gabe, Q-Flash, 420 Blazing Ken 425, Brainless Ben, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Your Edvinson, Kepan, Kyle Jones, Peter Milligan, John, The Element Taylor Wars, Amadillo, Nick Pell, Keeper, Jason Davies, Nightly Winter, Matthew Blancet, Oscar I. Lopez, Jaffa6263, Storm 970, Isel Caldera, Kevin Nalter, Ali 50, Blurred Without a Word, 1928, Kofi Ismail, Headshot Hunter, Brandon Crayer,